Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatah binti Ahmad and I'm from KBA 2433B. Today, I want to do an informative speech about this interesting topic. You want to know what my interesting topic? You have to watch the full of this video, okay? What is this? This is the time people spend on their mobile devices according to App Annie. What does this graph want to show us? Okay, according to a new report from App Annie, COVID-19 changed consumer behavior on mobile forever. Firstly, in April 2020, the average user spent on their waking time on their mobile devices in average 4.3 hours. Secondly, consumers spend 25% more on mobile apps than ever before, which is $50 billion ringgit in the first half of the year. Thirdly, mobile commerce accelerates. People spend more time in shopping apps than during the 2019 holidays. And lastly, mobile advertisement placement jumped 70% in the first half of the year. What is the meaning of all this? Okay, now I want to show another important graph. If the previous one is time people spend on their mobile devices, the second graph, meanwhile, showed social media users over time. Okay, we can see from this graph, social media users grew 10% in last year's. Today, total of 4.6 billion social media users is 3.1 times higher than the 1.48 billion figure we published in 2012, and means that social media users have grown at a compound annual growth rate of 12% over the past decade. For context, the latest data indicate that 424 million users started their social media journey over the past years, equating to an average of more than 1 million new users per day, or roughly 13.5 new users every single second. Okay, now, what does that have to do with my speech today? Both graphs show us over the course of time we focus too much on mobile devices and indirectly are more likely to focus on apps in the phone, such as social media. From here, I want to emphasize this is the cause of loss of focus to do more important work. Also, mobile devices and social media are amongst the biggest causes of disruption in our daily life to complete more important tasks. So today, I want to share about a way or simple method to focus. Let us see how. Are you all the type who easily lost focus? For example, while studying, suddenly get a notification from Facebook, but Arenda upload live match badminton now. I want to watch this match, or something like you all know. Next week you have to submit an assignment, but still yet there's no motivation to do that assignment. Maybe you all can try Pomodoro technique. What is Pomodoro technique? Pomodoro technique is a time management method founded in 1980s by a university student named Francesco Cirillo. At that time, Francesco Cirillo was struggling to focus on his studies at the university until one day he suddenly got the inspiration to make a tomato-shaped timer for him to track how long it takes for him to complete his work, or for him to know how much longer he learned to focus in his studies. Since then, this Pomodoro technique has become more popular, and Pomodoro is actually the Italian word for tomato. If you see a moment ago, Francesco Cirillo used the tomato-shaped timer, right? From that, Pomodoro timer became known by people. Okay, the concept in this Pomodoro is actually very easy. The important thing is you all have to know is one Pomodoro is equivalent to 30 minutes, where 25 minutes to study or work, the remaining 5 minutes is to relax. Okay, for example, today we want to study the subject Employment Law Chapter 5. The first Pomodoro, 25 minutes to study, the remaining 5 minutes is to rest. After that, continue with the second Pomodoro, 25 minutes to study, 5 minutes to rest for a while. The third Pomodoro is same again, 25 minutes to study and then 5 minutes to rest. And finally, the Pomodoro, the fourth, is 25 minutes to study. The break time or recess is 15 to 30 minutes. Because in principle, every time in the fourth Pomodoro, we allowed to rest longer in 15 to 30 minutes. But it has its own conditions. The first condition is during the break time is you can't use your phone or don't hold the phone once in a while. Instead, you can try to do some stretchings or go make tea or coffee, or you can go out to find some fresh air or whatever. The second condition is suddenly there's a disturbance from friends making a phone call and you accidentally chatting for a long time up to an hour. Okay, if you want to resume your previous studies, you can't simply resume it from there. For example, during your friend's call, you were making a third Pomodoro and then you want to come back for your study. Remember, you can't resume your third Pomodoro. You have to start from the very beginning. Start with the first Pomodoro again. That's the rules. Okay? And then the third condition or the leeway in this Pomodoro technique, it can be customized according to the suitability of each people. Not necessarily have to follow 25 minutes of study, 5 minutes of rest. This technique can also be made 45 minutes of study time, 10 minutes of rest time. You can customize it by your own. Either want to extend or shorten your time. Okay, why Pomodoro? What differentiates Pomodoro from other techniques, or what makes Pomodoro technique is a good one? When we do this Pomodoro technique, it is like it gives us a purpose, like we have something we want to do that day, there's something we want to achieve at that time. You get it? So in our minds, we will be more comfortable to focus after this. And next, the timer that we use. You can use the physical timer instead of the timer in the apps in the phone, because the physical timer firstly wants to prevent us from playing the phone, and secondly, physical timer will have a tick 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 sound. That sound is important. That sound is like presenting a sense of urgency. For example, a lecturer gives us 3 months to do an assignment, but next week when the due date is coming, we only rushingly start doing the assignment a week before the due date. We feel like we have no idea. Something else happened when we in the exam hall. Within 3 hours, we can easily complete 3 essay or 50 questions of mathematical calculation. See? Because there is a sense of urgency. This is what Pomodoro technique want we applied. So then you all can try this Pomodoro technique. If it's effective, don't forget to share with me. Bye!